Hey friends, welcome to my channel. This video is the continuation of my HTML playlist. So if you're interested with that, follow on with the video. We are going to have a cool project that you are going to build at the end of this video so you can show off. So if that's what you're interested in, follow on with the content for more tips. For the tutorial outline of this video, we are going to be looking at the anchor element, which is used for links, and the image element, which is used for inputting images into the website. We are going to do this by practicing two projects. We are going to code two projects with only HTML. So first of all, let us start with the anchor element. Anchor element is used for links. We have two types of link, the internal link and the external link. So in practicing the internal link, let us first open Google Chrome. Open Google Chrome. Let's go to a website called I Love PDF. So in this website, I want to use this website as an example to show you the difference between internal and external link. Click on the website. So now for the internal link, let me check for any internal link. Internal link is the link inside the document. So now if you come to this nav bar, this navigation bar where my cursor is pointing at, the navigation bar, you go to the navigation bar. For internal links, this is an internal link. This is JPEG to PDF. Once we click it, it's a link that is there. I'll explain it to you. So once we click it, it's still on the same website. That is the internal link. So for external links, once we go to this nav bar, follow my cursor, click on that dot icons. So now in the internal link, we go to this desktop app. Once we click desktop app, it is going to take us to Play Store. Okay, let's click this Microsoft Store. It's going to take us to another website. So it's taking us to another website means that, or another app means that it's an external link. It's not taking us to the link inside the page. It's taking us to another link. Let me check for another example of external link here to really cement it in your understanding. So another example of external link is going to be this Google Play. Once you click it, it's going to take us to Google Play Store. So since it's leaving the web page, that is external link. Meanwhile, internal link, once we click on this split PDF, it's going to take us to the web page inside the web page. This one is still inside this web page, I Love PDF. You get? So that's for the difference between internal and external link. Let's look at it by opening VS Code. Let's open our VS Code editor. So I've got my open. Click on this Explorer. Follow my cursor. This cursor. Click on Explorer. You now hover over that open editor. You now click this new untitled text file. Once you click the new untitled text file, you are going to press Ctrl S, or you go to click on file and click save as. So you now type index. You save your website as index.html. So why we use index is because when you are uploading it to GitHub, or when you want to deploy it, like make it live, the index is going to be, you already have other HTML documents inside the folder that you are going to save and deploy online. So this index is going to be your main HTML folder, like your landing page, like that page you saw when you reached that I Love PDF website. So let's save it as HTML. So have you seen what I just did? Save as type. You select HTML in save as type. So now once you save it as HTML, index of HTML, you see how this icon is going to start showing red HTML to show that it's an HTML file. So we have our boilerplate. Shortcut for boilerplate is exclamation mark and then you press enter. So now we change this to, let's say the project we want to build is my portfolio website. So you can see it on the screen. This is a project we want to build. So if you can do it, you can start doing it now. Have our H1 element. The second element we are going to have is going to be, let me show preview so that you see what is happening. I've finished typing the H1 element. Let me show preview so you see. Can you see what is happening? Yeah, that's for the H1. H1 is always very large. Let's use the paragraph element to write paragraph text. So now you can write anything you want. This is just for practice. I am a seeker, a junior web developer. So have you seen how it's imputing out? Can you see? Let me use our H2 element. Skills. Let's use our OL element for list. This OL element is for list. You know, H2 element, remember as I said, you can never use H1. It's always going to be a bigger heading and then a smaller heading. So let's use the OL, the other list item. So our first list item, for these skills we'll have 3 items. So I copy the list items, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. Let's say my skill is being HTML, and let's say the third one will be critical thinking. Let me change this to on other list, from other list to other list. So because there is no hierarchy, this is not my, like other list is when you are using hierarchy, like you are trying to tell them that your first skill is fast typing. So fast typing is not my first skill, it's just a random skill of mine. That's it. Folio. Okay, let's use the H. Let's use the H4 element. So inside this portfolio website project, we are going to have another HTML file to show you how an internal link is being done. So let's go to this open editor. Follow my cursor. Let's go to open editors, this place. Then you click on new untitled text file. So once you click on it, you now save it as Ctrl S, or you go here to this file and press save as, like how we did the last one. Press Ctrl S. Now we are going to save it as, let's say this is a birthday invite project. You save it as birthday invite. That's birthday invite.html. I saved it as an HTML5. You click save as, then you save it as HTML. So we write our boilerplate, control exclamation mark. So let's say the title of this page. Can you see the last title we had is showing my portfolio website? Follow my cursor. Can you see where it's showing my portfolio website? You see how this one is going to show. Let me show preview for this other HTML document. Can you see it's showing my birthday? Can you see my birthday invite project? So that's it. It has changed the name. That title is for that name. So that was for the title. Let me use the h2 element here. Let's use paragraph to write some description. So let's just use that text for that place now. So this is the code we are going to replicate for this project. Just follow on with me, you get there. So now we use this text for this project. We are now going to write the location. Let's use h5 element for location. You just write h5, then you press enter. That's the shortcut. Just write, if you want to create an h2 element, you write h2, then you press enter. That's the shortcut. So h5 element, and I'm going to write location. So this is going to be for the location. Use paragraph. We write p, then press enter. It will give you the paragraph tag. As that's a shortcut, a bonus tip in this lesson. So right, for the location we are going to have an italic element. So we are going to write located at. Let's write event. Italic element is always donated as I, located at from Pritana, comma Uyo. So now for this one, we are going to use an external link here in this project. So let's write the anchor element now. You have the anchor element. The anchor element usually have an attribute called href attribute, where you are going to be imputing the links to the external web page and the internal web page. So after the href, the out attribute. No, anchor element doesn't have out. So it's going to have the href attribute and the target blank attribute. Target equals blank. So that once you click the link, it's not going to load on the same page on the browser. It's going to open a new tab in your Chrome browser and load. So that's for the target blank. Hope you are enjoying how easy I'm explaining this. So we are going to be imputing the link of the location here. This will also be in italics because it's down. I enter. did you see what I just did? Italics is I and enter. You just use the letters of the element, then you press enter. Don't use the curly bracket. So now for that we are going to go to Google Chrome. Go to Google Chrome. I want to find a map. Let's open this. Let me increase my screen resolution for you guys. Control plus. I want to find a map and impute here a Google map link for that my location and impute it. So we go to Google Chrome. After going to Google Chrome, we now go to Google Map. So we click on Google Maps. Start clicking on Google Maps. We search for that location called Tropicana. Uyo. This is the place I'm referring to. So after going to Tropicana, you click share, and now you copy the link. We are trying to impute an external link. This is an external link because it will take you to Google Map. So now once we impute the link here, so I'm showing you how to impute links so right now. So don't joke with on this. Once we impute the link, we are going to. You are not going. Have you observed? You have imputed the link. You have not seen anything. Follow my cursor. You have not seen anything in this preview page. In the execution, you are just seeing your invited location and you have not seen any link. Now, how you are going to see link? You are going to write your text, your link text in between this anchor element. Here, exactly here, in between the opening tag of the anchor element and the closing tag of the anchor element. Can you see the anchor element attribute? All this is for the opening tag. All from here to here. Look at the highlight. From that section is for the opening tag. Then from here to here is for the closing tag of the anchor element. It's only the opening tag that has the href attributes and the target blank. So now we are going to click here. So can you see what is happening? Is executing in the preview page to find location. So that's for external link. If you open this in Chrome browser, to open in Chrome browser, you go to the top right of this preview page. You see those 4 dashes. You click open in browser. You are going to see it's going to take us to that Tropicana page. Now once we are going to click this, we are going to click this link to take us to that Tropicana page on Google Maps. So we now click the link. It's going to take us there. So can you see where it is? The users can now see photos and check for the different types of locations around that area. So that's for external link. So for internal link would be a bit tricky now. So I've reduced the screen size to avoid confusion. For internal link, you click on file as I just did. You click on open folder. No, for internal link you are going to make sure that these two files are in the same folder. This HTML and this birthday invite are in the same folder on your laptop. Like what I mean by same folder, let's open file folder or files. You see this document here that I'm pointing at. Once you click it, you should see, let's say that was our folder. You should see HTML and the birthday invite project inside the same folder. So now before we do that, we must create a folder. Create. Let's say we have the folder in our document. Let's name the folder my HTML project. Let's say my HTML practice project. That's the name of our folder. So now we go to VS Studio Code Editor, search for where you save this document. Before you can search for where you save this document, you click on file. I just saved it randomly, including me. So we are going to click on save as. Inside that save as, you have seen where I saved mine. I saved mine inside this Lenovo PC in my laptop. So now inside that save as, you are going to go to document. You are going to search for that your HTML practice. It's going to automatically save in your file folder without you even moving it there. It's just like you have you ever worked with a MS Word, Microsoft Word file? It's just like you carrying a file to save in another, just in the same folder with another file. So you are going to save this first one here, birthday invite.html. You go to that your HTML project. You now go to file. How I go into my HTML project is either you click here, follow my cursor. Is either you click on it here or you click on it here. You go to file. I'm going to click save as. So now we are going to check our documents where we save. We will check the documents where we saved the previous file, which was my HTML practice project. We are going to save it there too. This other one there too. This index.html, we will save it there too. So what's happening? Both of them should be in the same file. Yeah. They should both be in the same file. Let's check open folder. Yeah, the mistake was on my part. Let's open file, document. This index.html, we are going to carry it to document. We now save it inside this my HTML practice. Yeah, it's now here. We now open the folder. Once we open it, you see it is saved. So both of them are now saved inside the same file. What I was planning to do is, in this place of project, portfolio project, I wanted to give a link to this other of our project, this our birthday invite project. So we show preview. Show preview. That's good. After showing our preview, we are going to add the anchor element. Let's use the shortcut A and enter. So anchor elements, we are going to have our birthday invite.html. We are going to write birthday invite.html. If you are using phone, you just type it. If you are using system, it will automatically show you what to press. Then you press enter. Then you now write birthday invite project. So that's it. For the image element, which is used for images, we are going to input an image in between this my portfolio and this paragraph element. In between this heading and this paragraph element, that's where we put an image element. So we now have img enter. This is how image element is written, or you can write img enter. It's just going to show you, it's just going to remove a blueprint for you to just add your text. But if you want to memorize it, you are free to memorize it. So you now go to your files. I have an image in my file, so you save your image, you download any, go to your files, pick any image of your choice, but you must have an image. Open file, no, it's file I want to open, or you go to this open editor. So let's click on open new file. What am I doing? Let me go to my pictures and just remove the file from here and save it there at once. So now I go to pictures. This is the picture. This, follow my cursor. This is the image I want to add to that web page. So we left click on it, we drag it to this document and input it inside that same HTML practice. Can you see HTML practice? Yeah, there, right there. So we now have, we are going to also have a birthday cake inside that birthday invite project. So we go to pictures again. I've got my pictures downloaded. You can check for the pictures in the link in the description below. So birthday invite project. So I've kept the birthday invite project here too. So now once we go to that VS Studio Code, we are going to see our images downloaded already. Can you see it? So for this index.html, we are going to input. I've not explained this internal link well for you for the anchor attribute. Internal link, you open it. Let's open it in Chrome browser. I know most of you did it, but so let me just tap back. So you click on that birthday project, you are going to see it's going to take you to the same, because this is inside the same folder, like it's inside the same page. I hope that was clear. So now that was for internal link. Let's go back to image element. Image element, we are going to input img. Once you write img, you just copy the first letter. So you're going to write, once you press enter, you see the name of this image here. Is inside JPEG. My picture. This is for screen readers, like once the page is slow in loading. Have you ever seen something like this? Once a page is slow in loading, this or network is hanging. That's what usually happens. That's for screen reader. Screen for accessibility. That out, turn it out. It means that if the page is slow to load, that's what it's going to show. So here we are going to have our image. You can copy the name of the image and type in here. So alternate will be my picture. If the image doesn't load, this page is going, this my picture is going to show there. And if someone is blind and is reading from the screen, it is this my picture. Once it reaches here, you know there is no image. That's screen reader. Screen readers are people who are blind. So once it reaches here, you know they cannot see the image, so it will just automatically read this my picture for them. Okay, so write my picture there. You guys, you can see my image is too big. Too big. So we are going to adjust the size of the image. Let's say width. We are going to use the width and height property to adjust the size of the image. 300. And height can be also be 300. Height. Still too big. Let's use 150. Yeah, this is okay. Height 150. So it's okay now. You can also add your border with CSS styling. So now let's add a border to this our image, to this image you have seen here that we've created. We are not going to write the style, so we are going to add a style.css. This is how to add an inline CSS. This is just for practice purpose. I'm not teaching you CSS. This is just to make your web page look stylish. Okay, so now we are going to have our style. You write your style attribute. So after writing the style attribute, you write the property. Property is going to be border 3 pixels solid black. So that's how we got to this web page. Then let's go to the birthday invite.html. Remember, we already have another project that we did here. So we go here. We now want to input an image in between this you are invited, this h2 you are invited, and this paragraph element with my birthday. So I'm going to click tap here in between, see where we are going to input the image. So img, you write the name of the image, which is going to be this shopping web. You just write shopping, it's going to automatically pop up. So alternate, you write my birthday cake. What will show for screen readers? My cake. You can write my cake. So since the width is already okay, we now adjust the height. We now have 150 for height. So that's how we got to this web page. Now let's open our index.html, our main web page. We click here, then we now show preview. Click show preview. We have to click on the document, then click show preview. Then let's open it on the Chrome browser to see how it goes. To summarize this lesson, what we have learned, we are going to open it on the Chrome browser. So you can now click this birthday invite project. You see it will go to your birthday invite project. Yo. That's an internal link. So you now click here to go to an external link. So can you see that left the web page to go to an external link? That's it for this lesson. So thank you very much. See you in the next lesson. Congratulations on finishing the third section of my HTML playlist. If you are interested in more web dev tutorials like this, follow on with my channel.